Historia del metal. La historia del metal.
Heavy metal does have a message for the rest of society, and that is you.
God bless America.
These are Reagan times. Real conservative wave going on there.
We have an obligation to see to it that the country retains some sense of moral sanity.
When I was a kid, everything that was expected of you was like you go to school, you graduate, you get a job, and you have some kids, and you die. That's not very much fun. You know what sounds a little better to me? I want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
A través de su historia, el heavy metal ha batallado con fuerzas conservadoras en una intensa lucha de culturas. Cuando el heavy metal empuja, el brazo fuerte de la institución devuelve el empujón. A mediados de los 80, con la revolución Reagan en su apogeo, los rockeros sobresalían con las nacientes estrellas del movimiento glam metal, como Twisted Sister de Nueva York.
When the conservatives are in control, when there's a tightening on our rights, the rebelliousness of heavy metal, the anger that it allows you to express, people really warm to that. And we're not going to take a video as a chance to further express the frustration of growing up and being yelled at by my dad and you know, disciplined by my dad, and the outlet heavy music provided. And they watched that video and they're like, yeah, I want to rock, man. This band's speaking for me.
El himno Twisted Sister se volvió el grito de guerra para los adolescentes de todas partes. Cuando otras bandas como Venom y Wasp presionaron un poco más con material sugerente, los conservadores tomaron nota.
The Parents Music Resource Center was formed to provide more information for parents and consumers of rock music.
Censorship implies restricting access or suppressing content. This proposal does neither.
The PMRC was an absolutely politically motivated organization put together by a couple of senators' wives who had too much time on their hands. Yes, that's right. You had too much time on your hands.
Consider, for example, the themes found in heavy metal, which is probably the most disturbing element in contemporary music. Much of it dwells on themes that glorify rape, sadomasochism, and suicide.
En el 85, la PMRC fue a la ofensiva y presentó 15 canciones con contenido inconveniente de las así llamadas 15 sucias. 9 canciones eran de bandas de heavy metal, incluyendo We're Not Gonna Take It de Twisted Sister.
You know, they were indignant over lyrical content of certain rock records. And, you know, heavy metal was rife for their exploitation.
I'm a former rock and roll guitar player, and I've believed for a long time that rock and roll is not incompatible with a sound education. But we have to distinguish between music, which is basically harmless, and music which can be harmful to young people.
Hallelujah! Okay!
When like grassroots fundamentalist religious groups were getting together, all of rock music was seen as devil music. But, you know, it really came to a head with the PMRC hearings.
Ladies and gentlemen, this hearing is on the subject of the content of some rock music.
The most amazing thing about the PMRC hearings were the visual of Tipper Gore on one side of the room.
We are asking the recording industry to voluntarily assist parents who are concerned by placing a warning label on music products inappropriate for younger children.
And on the other, with his hair fully out and in a cut-off T-shirt, Dee Snider.
But we're talking about a person going with their money to purchase an album, to play in their room, their home, on their own time.
I was the most recognizable face in heavy metal rock and roll then. I was the poster boy. And they figured, this guy's the most identifiable, let's make an example out of him. And one of the things they did not research is that I was clean, I was sober, and I spoke English fluently. And they were not ready for Dee Snider.
Mr. Snider, what is the name of your fan club?
The fan club is called the SMF Friends of Twisted Sister.
And what does SMF stand for when it's spelled out?
It stands for the Sick Friends of Twisted Sister.
Is this also a Christian group?
I don't believe that profanity has anything to do with Christianity. Thank you.
I kicked ass. And at one point where I said that Ms. Gore was a liar and had a dirty mind, because Under the Blade, she said it was about sadomasochism and it was about a throat operation. So I said, I can't help it if Ms. Gore has a dirty mind. And Senator Rockefeller goes, Mr. Snyder, when you were insulting Senator Gore's wife a few moments ago. I said, excuse me, sir.
First of all, I wasn't attacking Senator Gore's wife. I was attacking a member of the PMRC. Secondly, when someone says there's a song about sadomasochism and bondage, or someone says we're not going to take it, is violent lyrical content, which is what it's been rated for. Yes, I'm defensive. Yes, that gets me angry. I'm trying to get adults to see that heavy metal is not totally a bad thing.
It was very political. It was very disgusting. And I'm walking out, and a reporter says, how do you feel? And I said, and the word came out of my mouth was dirty.
El heavy metal y la sociedad conservadora habían concluido lo que llegaría a ser su enfrentamiento más público, aunque de ninguna manera el último en su larga historia juntos.
We are pleased to announce here today that our three organizations have reached a mutually acceptable understanding.
El resultado fue sencillo. Cualquier música juzgada inconveniente ahora llevaría un rótulo de advertencia.
We're simply interested in ways to make choices in the marketplace as parents of younger children. And we love the music.
Y mientras la restricción significó victoria para la institución, el heavy metal fue el gran ganador.
Somebody called up and said we had to put a sticker on our album cover, and I was like, well, what's the sticker say? And it's like, well, this record contains explicit lyrics. I said, put it on. It's wonderful. I love them. People will buy the album.
That little parental discretion sticker almost guaranteed you that your record was going to be purchased by disgruntled kids.
In some sick way, the PMRC is the best thing that happened to metal because it literally drew much more attention. It made all of us go this, and it made it even hipper and cooler.
It's safe to say that if society wants to battle heavy metal will always find a way to win because heavy metal's always underestimated. The people who love it are underestimated. The musicians are underestimated. A lot of people have found that out the hard way.
It's just a rock and roll, yeah. Heavy, la historia del metal.
Every metal band would release the power ballad. Every glam band had it.
It was almost like you had to put out a power ballad on your album in order for it to do well.
What's metal about that?
Heavy, la historia del metal.